Myers, this is Late Night. We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. In a post today on Truth Social, President Trump said, quote, "The USA markets just hit another all-time high, all of them. Thank you, Mr. Tariff." Oh, no. Does he think the tariffs are people? I just had dinner with Dave and Julie Tariff. Very nice. They paid for everything. In a new interview, President Trump said that Venezuela will not have new elections in the next 30 days and added, quote, "We have to fix the country first." I don't know. I think it's going to take longer than 30 days to build them a new ballroom. According to a new poll, 44% of Republicans would support amending the Constitution to allow President Trump to seek a third term, while the other 56% said he's only on his second term? While speaking today to House Republicans, President Trump said that he wouldn't say that he wants to cancel the election because, quote, "the fake news will say he's a dictator." Well, if you cancel the elections, it won't be fake news. At that point, the dictionary will call you a dictator. President Trump also told House Republicans they have to win the midterms because, quote, "if we don't win the midterms, they'll find a reason to impeach me." Of course, the challenge isn't finding one, it's picking one. After Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announced yesterday that he will not run for re-election, President Trump accused Walz of stealing taxpayer dollars. Him? Yeah. That must be how he gets all those fancy clothes. The only thing this man is stealing is the blue ribbon at the county fair. Today was the 5th anniversary of the January 6th Capitol attack. This news first reported by the Cake in Fox News' break room. In a post yesterday on Truth Social, President Trump repeated his recommendation to pregnant women to avoid taking Tylenol. All right, well, if you don't want people taking Tylenol, just stop talking. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting voted yesterday to dissolve itself, which will cut off a major funding source for NPR, PBS, and hundreds of local radio and TV stations. Things are so bad that Oscar had to get roommates. I never quite know what we're going to expect when we make a bad news joke about Sesame Street. New York's MTA recently reported that since the start of Manhattan's congestion pricing program, air pollution in Midtown has decreased by 22%, and it's great because now you can really smell the urine. And finally, the Wall Street Journal recently published a profile on the Detroit Ford Motors employee who came up with the idea to put an arrow on the dashboard of a car indicating which side the tank is on. Must be a nice feeling to know you've accomplished more than the President of the United States. And that was a monologue, everybody. He's got a great show for you tonight. He's an NBA All-Star, the 2016 Rookie of the Year. He recently helped lead the New York Knicks to winning their first NBA Cup championship. Karl Anthony Towns is on the show. So happy Karl's here. He's a multi-talented producer, director, and writer whose movies include Deadpool and Wolverine, Free Guy, as well as the Night at the Museum franchise. He's an executive producer and director of the Netflix smash Stranger Things. Sean Levy is here. Everybody gets to talk to him about his fantastic show. He's the co-host of CNBC's Squawk Box, an award-winning journalist whose book, 1929 Inside the Greatest Crash in Wall Street History and How It Shattered a Nation, is a #1 New York Times bestseller. Andrew Ross Sorkin is also joining us. Family Chips, we had a great conversation with Jim James. Do give that a listen wherever you get your podcast. You guys, here at Late Night, every night, I deliver a monologue. It is written by a diverse team of writers. As a result, a lot of jokes come across my desk that, due to my being a straight white male, would be difficult for me to deliver. But we don't think that should stop you from enjoying them, so we'd like to share them with you now in a segment called Jokes Seth Can't Tell. Hey, everybody. These are two of our writers, Amber and Jenny.
I'm black.
And I'm gay.
And we're both women.
And I'm not. So here's how it works. I'll read the setups for these jokes, and Amber and Jenny will read the punchlines. So here it goes. A woman recently proposed to her girlfriend during a professional women's hockey game.
Experts are calling it the gayest sentence ever said.
The Washington Post recently ran an op-ed titled, "There Are Two Black Americas."
Said black people, take me to the other one.
What are they doing in the other Black America?
The electric slide.
Oh, all right. A library recently held a reading to celebrate Emily Dickinson's birthday.
It included one of her most famous poems. Hope is the thing with feathers. Also, I'm gay.
A popular fast food chain will test a new chicken and waffle sandwich.
That's cultural appropriation, said black people going through the drive-thru.
Have you tried it yet?
No, but it better be good, because if not, I will still be eating it.
Okay. Author Kristen Arnett recently released a novel about a lesbian clown.
A lesbian clown is like a regular clown, but with uglier shoes.
Jenny, what's the hardest part about being a lesbian clown?
Learning to use makeup.
Today was the 164th anniversary of Jefferson Davis being elected the President of the Confederacy.
So if you'd like to learn more about a racist president, pick up today's newspaper.
Two lesbian grandmas recently went viral on TikTok.
TikTok is also what lesbians say on a first date. TikTok, we get married or what?
Producers in Hollywood recently released the annual blacklist.
We also have a blacklist, said police. What was that, true?
Pornhub announced that there has been a considerable increase in searches for the term lesbian MILF.
A lesbian MILF is like a straight MILF, except she doesn't have time to you because she's running the PTA.
Scientists have found a black hole that has been blasting winds at 130 miles per hour.
I said, excuse me. Mine's gonna be so bad.
Hey, Seth, why don't you...
Oh, no, I could not.
Come on,
Absolutely.
just
No, I just
one.
feel like if I tell one, it will not end well.
Oh, come on, do it.
All right. Out.com recently published a queer guide to starting over abroad. You had me at abroad.
Seth, no.
Oh, God.
Shame.
Yeah, you know what? That was really bad.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna win you back. Can I try one more?
Please.
Okay, and you promise it's fine?
Yeah.
Carte blanche to do whatever I feel is best?
You will win us back, guaranteed.
All right. Thank you, Amber. And thank you, Jenny.
You're welcome.
For your trust. The U.S. Mint recently ended production of the penny, said black people, so then how are we supposed to tip?
Oh my God! You! Seth, how could you do it?
You laughed at it in rehearsal! Don't act like you haven't heard it before! It was your idea to make me do this! You guys should be ashamed of yourself. You guys, black women and lesbians, are liars. We'll be right back with Carl Anthony Towns.